Collaboration is key in Office 365. There's going to be constant new and improved features around collaboration. We're going to take a look at some collaborative editing features. The first thing we're going to do is the most important one, which is showing you how to share a file with other users so that you can simultaneously collaborate with them while you're working in a file. Then we're going to look at how you can see who is actively working in that file. A new feature, how to use @mentions when you're creating comments in a file. And another new feature, in case the person that you're collaborating with is in another language and is maybe in another country, this allows you to see how to translate in that Review tab. First, let's take a look at sharing your file. So when you're in PowerPoint, you'll notice no matter what tab you're on, up in the upper right-hand corner, you will see a Share button. When you click that Share button, you'll see a dialog box that pops up that will allow you to share your document in a couple of different ways. The first one is that you can share it with anyone who has a link. So you can generate a link that will go to your document that will allow people to edit the document that have that link. Now, you can allow editing or not. If you just want to allow people to view the document, you can simply uncheck that box. You can also set a password to give some extra security, as well as an expiration date so that that access will expire after a certain date. I'm going to click the Share button one more time. And I'm just going to show you the other way to share would be to simply type someone's email address in here. So if I wanted to share it with someone, that would be another alternate email for myself, but you can just start typing their name or their email address, and I type that person's name in. You can add multiple people, and you can also add a message. So if this is the case, you can go ahead again, you can choose whether or not you want them to edit it or not. In this case, I'm just going to give them a view option, and then I simply hit send. Again, if I wanted to add another person, I could do that here. So you could share with multiple people all at the same time. And if I want to put a message, take a look. At that point, I can go ahead and hit send. Now, sharing, the same share button, you can also utilize it just to send a copy of it to someone, which would be a more traditional way of sharing it. And if that was the case, you could send either a PowerPoint copy or a PDF copy, and that would work just like sending an attachment. So it's just another easier way to send an attachment. Once you've shared a document, it's possible that you have the people that you've shared the document with, assuming that you've given them access to the file, not just sent a copy of the file, that you can see who's actively working in that document. So right next to the Share button in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see that if there are multiple people in the document, you're going to see an icon here that represents other people in that document. So I can hover over this particular icon and I can see that someone else is signed into that particular document. I can also go into the comments area, and in this comments area I can, of course, just put comments on particular slides about the presentation. That allows me to, again, have a dialogue back and forth with other people that might be collaborating on this particular file. And one of the new features is to be able to use @mentions in that comment. So you'll notice right here I've got an @Kari Hoien, and that allows me to specifically call out a person that I'd like to review something. The comments, especially if you're collaborating with multiple people, will allow you to ask for some general information, but those @mentions, that new feature, is really handy because if there's certain people that maybe provided a statistic to you or that have a particular interest in something on a given slide, you can address them individually and ask for their particular approval or feedback. You'll notice that this particular slide has 4 comments showing each of them up here. That won't print, it's just allowing us as we're going through to see those comments. We can toggle that tab on and off by clicking on Comments up here or by closing that tab. When we're collaborating and reviewing information on a slide together, a lot of the tools are in the Review tab. So we can also get to the comments and create comments in this tab, as well as the Comments window. So we can add a new comment, we can scroll through the different comments, as well as show the comments using this window as well. One of the new features that is in this Review tab is the Translate option. So again, if you're working with people that speak different languages, one of the things that you can do if they are writing their comments in their language and that's not your native language or you don't know that language, you can use that Translate to go ahead and translate that information into another language, which is a great feature.